So I started taking LSD in my senior year of high school, and it changed me for the better, but not necessarily because of like the high or whatever. So how I started this journey into LSD was very, very random, but also not very random. So how I started the journey tripping out was I guess first of all I should preface this with the fact that like I was already hitting the pendulum a little bit. So it's not like I was too far away from drugs. I was already kind of delving into it. But basically, I started working at a local hardware store. It was my first job that I ever had. And most of the people there were pretty chill. But like pretty much my whole time during high school and stuff, I was kind of introverted or whatever. Like I would know people, but I wouldn't necessarily like be on, I'm going to their house or whatever, you know what I mean? Type. But yeah, so I started working with these guys and they had easy access to this stuff. And I don't even remember where they got it from, if I'm being honest. That probably should have been a red flag, but eventually they kind of like peer pressured me. I don't want to say peer pressure because I was old enough to know that it was dumb and I was already doing something else stupid. So I don't want to completely say I was peer pressured, but basically they weren't saying like, you shouldn't try this, bro. Like they were doing the complete opposite. So me being young and stupid, of course I wanted to try it, right? So I think I was there for like a month and a half. And by this point, you know, we were pretty chill. Me and three of the other guys, and they were already all on this stuff. And so my birthday was coming up and their idea of a birthday gift was giving me some tabs of acid, bro. And mind you, this was my 18th birthday. So, you know, I'm like, all right, bet. So I take it. So they give it to me and, you know, they're like, all right, bro, you're going to try this. So I take it home and I tried it. And like, I don't know if any of y'all have done this, but so basically whenever you take LSD, it's like this little paper tab sheet cut into a little tiny square and you put it in your mouth and you just let it sit there for like 10 minutes basically, and then you could just keep it in there longer. Like usually I would just keep it in there longer, and mind you, I only took one, I think, this first time. I can't even remember, like I can't remember exactly how many, but you know, because I got into way more later. But yeah, so you put it in your mouth, you wait a little bit, and then you start to get the come up, right? You get the come up, but it's not like any other come up I've ever experienced. It's like I don't know, it feels like you're off cocaine or something. Like you start to get itchy and stuff. I don't know if y'all ever had a C4 energy drink, but the first time I ever had a C4, it was like, you know, I'm over there itching my face like I'm ready to like run through a brick wall, bro. So that was like the come up. Like you start off like super antsy and like energetic. And so I'm just like sitting there in my bed and just starting this trip, and I'm like all shaking like with these little tremors and stuff. And I'm glad I didn't mix it with the pendulum at the time, but so basically I did this. I started listening to music, and you know, music is insane off of LSD. Like there's literally no experience like it. Like you literally become the music. I don't even know how to explain it, but the way I would is you like become the beats and the drums, like in every little piece of every little instrument you become it, bro. It's insane. And then like when you close your eyes, you start to like see these different shapes and colors, like, and basically whatever your mind is on. I should say this too. Don't do this stuff if you don't do this in general. Don't ever do LSD or acid. If you can avoid it, don't do it. But if you are gonna do it, don't do it when you're in like a mentally stressed state, right? Luckily me, I wasn't feeling bad in any way, so I was good. I was straight. I don't think I had like, actually let me get into that in a little bit. But yeah, so I was listening to music, doing all that. I go to the bathroom, bro, and everybody else in my house was asleep, so I was good. But I go to the bathroom and I literally got stuck in there for an hour just looking at myself. Well, it might have been longer than an hour, honestly. But I took like long showers and stuff anyway, so nobody was questioning it, why I was in there so long. And bro, I literally got stuck just looking at myself for an hour, bro. And so in my restroom, or in my old restroom, in front of me is the mirror, and then the door is like to my right. And so in the reflection of the mirror, I can see that there's a towel hanging on the door. And bro, that towel would move, like it would just like wave. It would like move like a tree, like in some wind, you know what I mean? Or like some brush just like swaying. It was so weird, bro. And I literally saw that. I literally would look at myself. I would look at myself in the mirror, and for like the next 2 years, I think I would keep seeing that towel move, bro. It was insane. I don't even know what that's called. It's some phenomenon. I used to look at it. I used to know what it was called. But yeah, you basically just like have a permanent filter in your head of something that you used to see while you were tripping. It's so weird, bro. But yeah, I had like that first experience, and I think I did it like 4 more times maybe by myself, just in my room. And like, so anytime I'd see somebody, like one of my family, bro, like I would literally have to lock in so hard. It was, nobody ever caught me off that stuff. It was weird, bro. I felt like everybody knew exactly what I was doing. Like I felt like everybody knew I was tripping, bro. And maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they just thought I was retarded. I was becoming retarded. They might have thought that. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, so like anytime like my mom would talk to me or something, I would always do it late at night. So she was a little groggy. That might have helped too. But like I would have to lock in so hard, bro. That was probably the most stressful part of any trip. The fact that I could get caught. So eventually they brought up the good idea to commune together in a trip. And I'm like, bet, because I really didn't have, I wasn't really chilling with nobody like that. So I was like, okay, that sounds like a cool idea, I guess. So we set it all up, and then I think it was a Friday probably. And mind you, this is during COVID, so there was not much going on. So they already they're veterans in this stuff. So they knew this park where they would go to, and it was nice. Like it was a beach kind of park. It's a weird park, but like you're basically on a beach, but the beach is made out of concrete, bro. I don't even know how to explain it, but we went, it was me and 2 of the others, and it was like sunset time because we went right after work, and we get out at like 5 at that time. We were getting out at like 5, and the sun is setting, bro, and the sky looked like sherbet ice cream. Like it was amazing. I ain't gonna lie, it was crazy. I literally still have a picture on my phone of it, but it looks retarded because it's just a picture of the sky and it doesn't look anything like how it did when I was tripping. So we do that, and they're over there hitting the pendulum, but I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm not gonna crossfade or whatever. I'm good. This is already enough for me. And I think we were off 3 at that time, each one of us. And 3 is solid. Like you're a little experienced with it. They could have taken more, and honestly, I could have taken more, but it was enough to get you itching and seeing stuff or whatever. So we're like, all right, bro, let's head out. Let's go to one of their houses. We're gonna chill out over there. So Brody's driving. We're heading out. And on the way, we're going up this bridge, and those little, I don't know if they're plastic, but those little things on the road that make a noise when you drive over them. Well, when we were driving up, we were going up the bridge, I could see all of them, and they were changing colors, bro. Like it looked like Guitar Hero. It was so weird, but it was so live too, because then they were playing like some, I don't know if it was Pink Floyd or some band, bro, and it was straight, it was fire, I ain't gonna lie. And I don't even listen to like rock music or nothing like that. And I don't even play Guitar Hero, bro. Like I don't know where my brain cooked this up, but it was insane looking, and probably the most fun I ever had on a car ride. So we finally make it to his house. Luckily, we don't die on the way there, obviously, because I'm here. But we get there, and I swear, bro, this dude's house was like a trap house, low key. Like thinking back to it, it was pretty disgusting, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it didn't look great. It was kind of run down, and then inside his whole family was in there, and he had a lot of family. It was on some trap house stuff. I don't even know what was going on in there, but I walked in and somebody offered me some like Kool-Aid, some green Kool-Aid, and I was like, all right, bet. So I take a swig, bro, and like my perspective from my eyes became like slime. Like it was like Nickelodeon slime. Like my whole peripheral bit, all my vision was like covered in slime because of the green Kool-Aid. Somehow my mind warped it into my eyes. It was so, bro, I don't know. LSD is just different, bro. It's just different. So I just drink the Kool-Aid, bro. I'm already like nervous because of this house. So we go upstairs, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna hit this bong, bro. So they kind of go to like the corner of the room, and one of them's like, I got this PlayStation, bro, you could play or whatever. Because at that time, I was the coldest at Call of Duty, by the way. I used to play for money, like wagers, MLG, game battles, all that. But anyways, so I hop on Black Ops 3, and I'm just chilling, playing the game, beaming dudes. But then they're like, hey, bro, you gotta hit this bong. So me being stupid and not listening to myself, I go over there and I freaking hit it, bro. That was the first time I'd ever hit one. So I'm off the acid at this point. A bong hit, and this was my first time doing the bong. So I'm like cooked. I'm max cooked. And then the guy whose house that we are in, he's like, I'm gonna be right back. So he goes downstairs, and then me and the other guy are just like chilling for a sec. And he comes back up, bro has a gun. Like, what? Why do you have a gun right now, bro? That's what I'm saying in my head. And I'm, like I said, I'm paranoid, I'm cooked. So I'm scared. I'm thinking I'm about to die. I'm thinking I'm about to die right now, bro. I don't have God at this point. I'm just trying to live life by myself. So I'm fully retard maxing. So he's showing the other guy, they're just like playing with the gun kind of, bro. And they didn't even point it at anybody. Like they didn't point at each other or anything. But just the way they were like loosely holding the gun, bro, was scary. It was scary to me, bro. And I'm 18, so, and they were probably like, I probably should have said this earlier, but they were around 23. So they're too grown to be doing this stuff, bro. But anyways, I'm over there about to cry, thinking I'm about to die. And then luckily we make it out and I get dropped off at my house and I survived the night. Thank God. Actually, at the end of that night, when I got home, I did end up taking a real shower. And when I was in the shower, in my head, I started playing football, bro. Like, I was playing like middle school football again. It was so, bro. But when I tell you, like, it was real, I've never experienced anything more real than that wasn't in real life. It was more vivid than like a real dream. You know the dreams where you feel like you're about to fall, so you like jump up? It was that, but I was in there playing football, bro. Like as a middle linebacker, in the shower. In a stand-in shower, bro. I didn't make no noises, luckily, or whatever, but I swear I was like chopping, bro. Like literally everything, sliding, shuffling my feet. Like, I don't know, I was doing drills, everything, bro. I don't know how I didn't wake anybody up. And then eventually I fall asleep. So that was just one of the examples I had of a time where I was tripping. But, you know, eventually I kind of started getting into buying it from Europe on this website that was very sus, bro. I don't even know how I found the site, but you know, me being a cracky at the time, I just found this random site and I'm buying it from the Netherlands, and I'm buying sheets, and sheets is 100 tabs. So just to put that into perspective, I'm buying 100 individual tabs and then I have to cut them up myself. So I bought them and then eventually I got it into selling it, and that's a whole nother thing. And then I think my last experience I'll talk about right here is, I don't know if y'all ever watch like Alex Jones and, you know, on Joe Rogan or whatever, but he talks about these elves that the elites be talking to because they're on like ayahuasca and DMT and stuff. Bro, they're actually real, bro. I don't know what exactly they are, but you experience that stuff on there. Like, you will start to hear them speak in like these ancient languages, like, but they sound all warped, like literally like an alien. I don't know how you think an alien would sound, but it sounds like that. Like it's like high pitched, squeaky, but like deep at the same I don't even know, bro. It's like deep at the same time also. And it's just eerie. But yeah, they'll like come and invade your brain and like talk to you, and you communicate with them. Like if you start taking like up to 5, that's when that starts happening, bro. So definitely avoid like too much. Avoid it in general, like I said, but once you get to that point, you're too far, bro. You need to take a step back. So earlier I said it helped me for the better, and like I said, it wasn't because of the high, but it definitely like brought me out of my shell that I had in high school, because I was, like I said, very introverted and I didn't really try to be cool with nobody really. But you know, I gained some friends, the coworkers, and whether they were good or bad, that's another thing. But they were friends, and you know, it was a social interaction for me. And it was during COVID, like I said, so it was like I was getting that in one of the worst times that the world has had, supposedly. I don't think it was that bad, but you know, for a lot of people it was. But yeah, man, ultimately I became like more open to being social, which was a good skill, right? I don't want to say I look back on this, you know, fondly or anything, because I don't. It's just a lesson. I like looking back and viewing my life as a lesson, because that's what everybody should do. You should learn from your mistakes and all that. But it was definitely interesting, you know, how it shaped and shook kind of my perspective on how I viewed people. And it definitely molded me in some way. And hey, it is what it is. Ultimately, I found my way in life, but this was a part of it. So I can accept the fact that it happened and, you know, take it and learn from it. So yeah, man, that's all I got though. God bless and deuces.